Most people think the only way to make six figures in tech is to become a software engineer at a FAANG company, grind leak code for 6 months, land the offer, and then you're done. And while that path works, it's not the only one, and honestly for a lot of people it's not even the best one. I'm a software engineer at Meta, and in this video I'm breaking down 5 tech jobs that pay 6 figures in 2026, what they actually do, what they pay, and exactly how to get into each one. Some of these are roles that most people have never seriously considered, but all of them have strong demand, strong salaries, and a clear path in. If you want to know where the real money is in tech right now, beyond just software engineering, stay until the end. So before the list, let's talk about the current tech job market. Despite fears that AI would replace workers, AI is transforming IT roles, not necessarily eliminating them, and professionals who develop the right skills are seeing their salaries rise more than ever. While baseline and legacy roles are facing slowdowns, demands for specialized areas only continues to grow. More specifically, salary and competition for niche roles are exploding. 76% of IT employers struggle to find the tech talent that they need. That talent shortage is what drives six-figure salaries. The jobs on this list are all in the specialized category, the ones where demand is outpacing supply. So the pattern across all 5 of these roles are that they require more than just writing code. They all sit in domains where AI creates more demand for humans rather than less, and they all have a clear certification or skills pathway in. You don't always necessarily need a 4-year CS degree. So the first role is going to be an AI or ML engineer. This is the highest growth role in the entire tech job market right now. What they do is build, deploy, and maintain AI and machine learning models in production. They integrate LLMs into existing products and infra. They also build data pipelines for AI systems, manage model lifecycle, and optimize performance. They bridge the gap between AI research and real-world business applications. Now, AI engineers average 167K annually, with experienced professionals reaching 180K or more. Elite roles at top labs and big tech are hitting 400K to even 600K plus in total compensation. AI and ML roles are seeing pay growth of 9.2%, and that's compared to a tech-wide average of only around 1.6%. So why it's a six-figure lock is because job growth estimates sit at roughly 35% plus as every single industry scrambles to add AI. So how do you get in? You don't need to be an AI researcher, because being a solid software engineer who can work with AI APIs and build LLM-powered applications is enough to break in. Now the next job is going to be cybersecurity engineer. This is the most AI-proof six-figure job in tech. What they primarily do is protect company systems, networks, and data from attacks. They also detect and respond to security incidents and breaches, and they design and implement security architecture across cloud and on-prem infra. As AI-powered attacks increase, companies do need human defenders who can respond with judgment and strategy. Now, when it comes to pay, Chief Information Security Officers earn 304 to 483K at the top end, but entry and mid-level cybersecurity engineers are earning around 118K to 190K, depending on the specialization, and roles tied to cybersecurity architecture are among the top-paying career paths in 2026. Why this is a six-figure guarantee is because cybersecurity job growth is projected at 33% from 2023 to 2033, and the more powerful AI becomes as an offensive tool, the more human defenders are going to be needed. Government and defense contractor roles require security clearances, and that's a much smaller talent pool, and that means there's going to be even higher pay. So how to get this type of role is to look at the CompTIA Security Plus cert, because that's the front door, because it's widely recognized, it's approved by the DoD, and it's required or preferred in most cybersecurity job postings. And from there, you can look at other certs like the CYSA Plus for analyst roles and the CISSP for senior roles after 5 years of experience. This is one of the few tech careers where a certification alone can get you your first interview. Now, the next job on the list is going to be a cloud engineer or a cloud architect. Every company is moving to the cloud, and someone has to build it and manage it. What they do is primarily design, build, and manage cloud infra on AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. They guide cloud migrations, set security controls, and optimize performance and cost. They also work across teams to make sure infra is reliable, scalable, and secure. What these kind of roles pay is around 125K to 200K plus, depending on your expertise and your specialization. Cloud roles support high-paying positions with very strong growth that's driven by AI infra demand. Senior cloud architects at large enterprises regularly clear 200K plus in total comp. Now, why it's a six-figure lock is because AI and cloud are at the center of today's digital transformation. Nearly every modernization roadmap now relies on both. Every single AI system needs cloud infrastructure to run on. Demand for cloud engineers is going to grow directly alongside AI adoption. So how do you get in? The AWS Certified Solutions Architect cert is probably the single highest ROI cert in this category. category. AWS holds the largest share of the global cloud market, and this cert shows up in more job postings than almost any other credential. And from there, you can look at the AWS DevOps Engineer Professional cert or the Google Professional Cloud Architect cert, depending on your target stack. And by the way, if you want the exact resume template I used to get hired at Meta, click the first link in the description and I'll send it to you for free. But for now, let's get back to the video. So the next job is going to be data engineer, and that's not data analyst, data engineer. That's an important distinction because what they do is they build the data pipelines and infra that allow companies to process, store, and analyze massive amounts of information. And data analysts simply don't do that. Data engineers are managing data quality and reliability and accessibility across the organization. They build the foundation that AI and machine learning systems actually run on. And they also work with a bunch of different tools like Spark, Kafka, Airflow, and Snowflake, and also cloud data platforms. Now, in terms of pay for data engineers, it's around 110K to 175K plus at mid to senior levels. Top tier data engineer roles, though, at companies like Netflix or Meta are crossing 300K plus in total compensation, and senior data warehouse developers are seeing a 5.8% salary growth. It's very strong even in a cooling market. And why this role is a six-figure lock is because companies do want to adopt AI, but their data is extremely messy and unstructured. Data engineers are essentially the people who fix that. Every AI model needs clean, reliable data to function, and data engineers are going to be the people who build that infrastructure that makes that possible. Demand is growing faster than supply, especially for engineers who can work with real-time streaming data and vector databases. Now, how to get this type of role is basically you need to have a strong foundation in SQL, Python, and at least one cloud data platform. So that could be AWS, GCP, or Azure. And you also want to build a portfolio project, in my opinion. A real end-to-end data pipeline is going to be way more impressive than any cert that you could have. Now, the final job is going to be DevOps or platform engineer. This infrastructure role is going to get more valuable as AI gets more powerful. What these roles do is primarily automate software deployment pipelines, infrastructure provisioning, and testing. They implement CI/CD practices so engineering teams can ship code faster and more reliably. They also manage Kubernetes clusters and containerized applications and cloud infra. They build internal developer platforms that give engineering teams the tools that they need to work efficiently. So what DevOps and platform engineer roles pay is around 118K to 175K plus, depending on your experience and your stack. Senior platform engineers with cloud architecture experience regularly clear 180K plus in total compensation, and hybrid cloud and AI skills command premium salaries at the top of this category. Now, why this role is a six-figure lock is because every new AI system needs infrastructure, deployment pipelines, monitoring, and reliability engineering. DevOps demand grows directly alongside AI adoption. And also, complex distributed systems have failure modes that require human expertise, so this role cannot be fully automated. And also, companies simply cannot ship software reliably without these engineers. So how to get in is basically you need to learn Docker and Kubernetes first because these are the foundational tools of the role. There's a cert called the CKA, which is Certified Kubernetes Administrator, and that's the hands-on performance-based cert that carries real weight in job postings. If you combine that with the AWS or Azure cert, you're definitely positioned for the top end of the salary range. So what's the common thread here, and how do you actually get into these roles? Basically, every job on this list follows essentially the same pattern. Step one is you want to pick your path. If you're looking at AI or ML, that's going to be best for software engineers who want to stay in coding but move into higher value work. If you're looking at cybersecurity, that's the best for people who want a clear cert-based entry path and maximum job security. If you want to go into cloud, that's best for people who enjoy infrastructure and architecture over application development. If you're looking at data engineering, that's the best for people who like working with data at scale and building reliable systems. And finally, if you're looking at DevOps or platform engineering, that's really the best for people who like automation, reliability, and making engineering teams faster. It's great for internal development. Now, step two is to get the right credential. You want to pull up at least 20 job postings for your target role and see what specific certifications appear the most frequency. That's going to tell you exactly what to study. Now, step three is to build something that's tangible. A deployed project or portfolio piece that demonstrates your skill is going to matter way more than a cert alone. One real thing that you build is worth more than a list of credentials with no practical work behind them. And finally, step four is to go where the competition isn't. So non-tech companies like banks, healthcare, manufacturing, these are hiring for all 5 of these roles with far less application competition than big tech. You want to use job boards like WellFound, Built-in, and direct careers pages instead of just using LinkedIn. So those are the 5 tech jobs paying 6 figures in 2026. The roles, the salaries, and exactly how to get into each one. The opportunities are real and the demand is there. The only question is whether you're going to go after them. If you want to take the next step, click the first link in the description and grab the exact resume template I used to get hired at Meta. It's completely free, and if you're not ready for that yet, I highly recommend watching the video on screen next, where I break down the best AI-proof tech jobs between now and 2030, because the 5 roles I covered are all going to show up on that list for a reason. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.